Díomh Corda, tá sé anna úr sa Bhrosail, but unlike in Ireland, we do not have a beast from the east. But that beast from the east, with blizzards and snow, has meant that I, and I'm sure many more, are stuck here in Brussels, at least for the weekend. I'm hoping to get back on Sunday for the Tipperary Convention, where they select their candidate for the next general election. The big news here this week was the communication from Mr. Barnier on Brexit. One point must be emphasised very strongly. He and others said that the agreement that was announced in December in regard to there being no hard border in Ireland would have to be honoured. He gave three options to ensure that will happen, and now it's up to Theresa May and the United Kingdom government to select the one they choose as the best, but to ensure that they deliver on not having a hard border in Ireland. Also today, I met 4 members from DG Agri in relation to some ongoing problems that farmers have regarding the hen harrier areas. While there is a scheme up and running now in Ireland, there are some issues which need to be looked at, and especially in relation to the next CAP, how we can get schemes that will ensure that endangered species are preserved, but also that all farmers involved will be properly compensated and listened to. As well as that, the file which I had been in charge of in relation to spirits, this was voted on in Parliament today, and this is a wonderful opportunity for Ireland especially to grow its spirits exports. There's a growing demand for all types of whiskies and brandies and gins, etc., and Ireland is availing of that, and that will be a big help to us. Also, we had our first negotiating meetings with the Council and with the Commission in regard to the renewable energy file, which I was in charge of for Parliament. We have a target of 35% renewables by 2030. The Council only wants 27%, but I think we're getting the Commission to come around to our way of thinking, and hopefully we can reach as high a target as possible, because renewables are by and large cheap, they're clean. In fact, sometimes most of them are free, wind and solar power. The sun is free, the wind is free, and the other fossil fuels are dear and dirty. So we need to move in that direction. And we will be discussing this over the next 6 months before we actually finalise what's going to be the target for all of Europe, and indeed, of course, for our own country, Ireland. As well as that, we voted today on a very important issue, bees. The honeybee is a lovely bee, but do you know that 76% of products are dependent on pollination from the bee, of course. So the bee is endangered. We need to protect the bees. We need to support the beekeepers. And one thing which I learned, 20% of the honey that comes into the European Union is not up to European standards. So there's a lot of fake honey around coming into Europe, and that's something we must watch. Finally, I spoke twice in Parliament on something that I feel very strongly about. Boko Haram went into a school and took away 100 girls. I think we as an international community, the European Union and the United Nations, should do everything in our power to get those unfortunate girls back to their families. In this day and age, they shouldn't be happening anywhere in the world. Until I see you, slán go fóill, and hopefully we can all get back safely home as a result of the beast from the east, which we don't want to see anymore. Gur maith.